Cloud? Something wrong?
People who reach into a carton of warm, crispy, golden, perfectly salted McDonald's world-famous fries and return with just one. Who are you, and how do you do that? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
No, nothing. It's just hot.
Well. What do we have here? EA is planning to put advertisement in their video games now. You see that right there, don't you? I see it clear as day. I don't like Game Rant, but we're gonna have to use Game Rant today. If you don't know who I am, my name is King QM. I am a gaming channel. I cover gaming news and I do gameplay. So if you like any of that, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. That's what it's there for. And today we're going to be discussing probably two things today. The main thing is going to be censorship, and it's going to be advertisement in video games. So first, we're going to talk about this advertisement that EA is trying to implement, and not in their sports games. No, they're trying to implement advertisements in your AAA games. So imagine you get a game like Final Fantasy. Imagine getting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and while you're playing the game or doing a cutscene, this has never been done before. Imagine you're playing in this otherworld fantasy game, which I'm not saying that Western games do this anyway. They try to make their games more realistic, which means they're gonna fill it with DEI and all that bullshit. But just imagine you're playing this AAA video game where you're just in this new world and you're deeply immersed in it. And then out of the seeds comes this advertisement. An advertisement of McDonald's. And whatever you saw before, Tifa is not going to be able to save this. Whatever you saw before is going to take you out of the immersion when you get right back into it. You don't know when they're going to implement it. It may be during gameplay, it may be during cutscenes. Either both is bad, but it's definitely going to be bad if they do it through gameplay. And knowing EA and knowing the game studios and Western Entertainment, I wouldn't put it past them. They're idiots. But even though they are idiots, we still have to take it into account that there's no way to implement this into a video game. The reason why they're trying to do this is because profits are doing completely terrible right now. You got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth not doing as good as Square Enix thought it would do, and they have been slacking in the past because of this ideology that they've been trying to push, and also making their games exclusive just to PlayStation. Not too long ago, they said they were going to they're going to try as hard as possible to become a multi-platform service. And that is a good thing. That's more money for Square Enix. That means we're going to get better games, and they're not going to be able to limit themselves to do Sony's ideology to be able to get their game out. That's the developer of Shift Up, Kim, is going through right now. I've been having a lot of people telling me, what if they don't censor the Kim this, Kim that? He said that this was a part of the final product. People don't realize that the final product is the disc. And deals get made in advance, and then they get shipped whatever they need to do, and a patch is literally everything that comes after. Then you gotta look at the creative design choices that they did. They didn't change anything in the suits or change the color. All they did was that they just added a few extra pieces of cloth to cover up some of her cleavage and her more exposed areas like her hips and whatnot. That is not a design choice, that is censorship. And we also have to realize that Sony is publishing Shift Up's video game Star Wars Blade. They did a great time advertising this video game. They put a lot of money into that game. So does it really sound like a smart business move to throw a company like Sony under the bus to save your skin, whether you're in the right or wrong? Of course not. They're gonna go and try to, save Sony, and they're not gonna be able to come out here and just say, "Oh yeah, they made us censor it." We have to realize that Kim is trying to take his game public. He is trying to become a public figure, and so we're gonna have to deal with this. He's already moved 10 steps ahead on all of this. We're just gonna have to deal with it and fight it. It was a terrible decision on his part, I believe, but we will overcome this. Continue to support the game. It is fighting back ideology. It may not be fighting it back fully, but it is a good start. It is a very good start indeed. But some of these people, they're very disingenuous, and they will lie to you, and they will tell you anything. They will twist your words. They will twist their words. They don't matter what they gotta do. They're gonna make their point known, and we gotta make our point known. So make sure you continue support and celebrate. But this EA. I'm just wondering how. We already know that you don't have to be a smart ass or anything to know that this is going to be a bad business practice, because gamers don't want ads in their video games. That's the whole point of playing a video game, because you're trying to immerse yourself in a different reality. You're trying to escape real life to go and visit somewhere else. No one wants to be tied down to this sick world full of misery and suffering, and people want to go and see something ideal. People want to live and just go and have fun, man. But you're not going to be able to do that if you get a McDonald's commercial in the middle of your gameplay playthrough. I'm pretty sure they're going to start implementing it through cutscenes. That way it doesn't get in the way of combat. But I don't put nothing past EA, and I think they will implement it in a. I have somewhere in the back of my mind. I think they will implement it during gameplay. Imagine playing gameplay and you're having fun, and then you get an ad in the middle of your gameplay, and then you end up dying. Do you think people are gonna buy your game or buy anything else from you if you do that? Look at Ubisoft. They're not gonna be able to sell any more games. They're a dying company. AAA gaming is dying. This is also another reason why they're trying to implement ads, to make up some of that profits that they're losing. They're losing people by the day. They're losing thousands by the day, man. Thousands. People don't want this shit, man. They don't want this ideology. They're tired of these bad games. They're tired of these walking simulators. They're tired of these movie games. People want to play their game like they used to play it. A great example is Mass Effect. Do your games like that. Do your games like Nier Automata. Do your games like Stellar Blade. Do your games like that. Do it like the original God of War series, where you had different emotional things going on at once. 3 different emotional things going on at once. You have a great story, and all of that wasn't even through cutscenes. You get like a small cutscene here and there. Most of that stuff was through gameplay. You was interacting with the world and with the environment and everything else. I will always say this, and I will say this till I die, that God of War storytelling was way better than it was with the new God of War Ragnarok storytelling. That's not hitting God of War or God of War Ragnarok. It's just that the games were funner, the games were more mature, the games were able to make you still feel the same, if not feel even more emotional through gameplay. And there's no excuse for these games. Like I said, if no game is like Nier Automata or Stellar Blade, I'm not buying it. There's no reason for you to have your games like this. It's not hard. These people will tell you it's hard. It's not hard. There's no, you can tell that they're trying to spread an ideology, and they're using evil business tactics to try to trick you, the consumer, into consuming whatever they make. And it's not going to work. Gamers are smarter than that. I don't know how you're going to implement ads into a video game. Gamers don't want that. I don't want that. People don't want to be bothered with it. People don't want to be tied down to reality. People just want to have fun and have fun in a different world, in a different setting, and play their video games. But I guess EA thinks different, and that's why they're going to continue to plummet in sales until they die too. If you like the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and make sure you continue to I'm going to start doing a little giveaway. We'll talk about that later though. We don't have to talk about that in this video. Just know I'm going to start doing giveaways on some of my playthroughs. And make sure you enjoy your day. I'm going to bed. Alright, goodbye y'all.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year, and what we are doing internally is if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay.